From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
We've been keeping our doors locked and our outside lights on just as a precaution, even during the daytime.
The manhunt continues as agencies race to find the suspect behind a mass shooting at an Anaconda bar. What witnesses say they saw that night.
If this is really a trend, I can inform them of the fact that you're killing people's pets.
A viral trend gone wrong, how vandals are breaking fences and putting Billings pets in danger. Plus, a big Montana This Morning announcement. We're looking ahead at the future and what we continue to commit ourselves to bringing you in the days to come. Those stories and much more coming up in the next hour. Good morning and welcome back to Montana This Morning on this Tuesday, August 5th. I'm Hailey Monaco here with Miller Robson.
Well, good morning, Hailey. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
And happy Tuesday, everybody.
Yes.
Let's take a step back in time. Monday, like Sunday, pretty much a carbon copy of temperatures. Our highs and lows exactly where we should be for this time of the season. The only difference between Sunday and yesterday we did have some storms roll through. We did have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for Billings for a time. We had a top gust of 36 at the airport. Officially at the airport, we had 1/10 of an inch of rainfall, but some areas around Billings got more than that. In fact, my friend Tani let me know out in Alkali Creek at her house, she got about 3/10 of an inch of rainfall. So pretty much on target for the month. We're doing okay for the year. Of course, we're pacing well ahead in terms of the drought conditions. Now, we are still tracking a severe thunderstorm warning in effect in our area. That would include Petroleum County. When it get ready, it's trying to head your way. This is what it looked like over the last hour. This storm is moving to the east-northeast at a pretty good clip of about 40 miles an hour. Gust up to 60 miles an hour and quarter-size hail will be possible with that storm popping through. We do have some showers and thunderstorm activity still over on the eastern side of the state, and that's where we have, as of right now, a marginal risk of severe storms through this evening. A strong wind gust, hail, heavy lightning, or heavy rain and lightning will all be possible with that. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that for you. Right now as we wake up, temperatures in the 50s and 60s, 59 right now here in Billings, 64 in Forsyth, Roundup at 62, down in Cody we're at 59, up in Miles City we're at 66. So a little cooler today. We'll get hot tomorrow, but some fall-like temperatures trying to head our way into the weekend. We'll take a look at that coming up.
Fall, wow.
Oh, a
Sounds
nice
great.
change, yeah.
Thanks, Miller.
Yeah.
The massive manhunt, now entering its 5th day, is still not over this morning. Hundreds of law enforcement from across Montana still on the scene, all in an effort to capture 45-year-old Michael Brown. Brown is accused of walking into the Owl Bar in Anaconda Friday morning and killing 3 customers and the bartender with a rifle. MTN's John Riley is on the ground with the latest.
As the 4th day for the manhunt of an Anaconda shooting suspect comes to a close, there's still a lot of unknowns and frustrations within the community. Anaconda Deer Lodge Chief of Police Bill Sather gave a brief update Monday evening around 5:30 p.m. on the search for Michael Brown.
Your Anaconda law enforcement officers excuse me, are working hand in hand with folks from the assisting agencies. I recognize the public wanting regular updates and knowing that they haven't heard directly from me as much as you'd like. I am focusing my efforts to find Mr. Brown. Your law enforcement officers are doing the same. I'm just going to say we got 20 guys and we're out putting in about 18, 19 hours a day. It is important that you know that we're doing everything we can to keep Anaconda safe. If there is a need to convey a security risk, other than what always has been said, we will make sure that you know.
Residents I spoke with expressed a frustration about a perceived lack of communication. Law enforcement refused to take any questions, even though we asked.
Has there been any signs of him in the search area?
Ready to go.
In a statement from Montana U.S. Senator Steve Daines, the senator noted that there had been potential signs of Brown in the area, saying, quote, "They're using infrared cameras, they've got dogs, they've had a few hits with the dogs. I'm hopeful that very shortly our law enforcement is going to get this guy and apprehend him and bring him out." What we do know is that Governor Greg Gianforte and Attorney General Austin Knudsen will be here on Tuesday to be briefed about the manhunt. We will continue to provide updates as soon as they become available. In Anaconda, John Riley, MTN News.
A makeshift memorial is now at the Owl Bar, where 4 people, the bartender, Nancy Kelly, and 3 patrons, Tony Palm, David Leach, and Daniel Bailey, were gunned down. As the small community of Anaconda mourns their deaths, many are also fearful, as the suspect, Michael Brown, is still out there, and law enforcement say they believe he is still alive. Now, as Anaconda continues reeling what happened, one man shares what he saw right from his driveway as the violence erupted. MTN's Megan Thompson was there in the area yesterday and has more from Anaconda.
It's been a tense couple of days for the residents in this quiet neighborhood along Evergreen Street that leads up to Stumptown Road here behind me, where authorities have set up an incident command in the ongoing manhunt for the suspect in the mass shooting that took place on August 1st in southwest Montana.
We've been keeping our doors locked and our outside lights on just as a precaution, even during the daytime.
79-year-old John Sestrich says he just finished painting the siding on his garage around 10:30 in the morning when he heard an engine revving outside his home.
I was cleaning up my brush, then I heard this vehicle race up the street.
The truck was heading south on Evergreen Street that leads to a dead end where motorists have to either turn back into town or head west along Stumptown Road.
When it turned up our street on Evergreen, then I heard them really take off and roar. And then pretty soon I heard sirens. The person lose track of time, but it seemed like only somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds. And then 3 police cars raced up the street.
There are several miles of residential neighborhood along the north side of Stumptown Road. To the south lies a vast expanse of public land called the Anaconda Pintler Wilderness, where authorities are in the 4th day of searching for 45-year-old Michael Brown, the man they believe is responsible for murdering 3 patrons and a bartender of the Owl Bar.
When I found out what was going on, that it's really odd that the police didn't catch him in that short a span. Stumptown Road is all dirt, and you'd see the dirt from the Mr. Brown racing up the road where he turned off or something. And so it was really odd that they didn't catch him right away.
On Sunday morning, authorities with local, state, and federal agencies utilized air and ground teams to search the area.
We've got tremendous cooperation from Homeland Security, from our federal partners, the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service. We want to find this guy. This is a dangerous individual who has committed an absolutely heinous crime against this community and these victims.
Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen says a reward of $7,500 is offered for information leading to the suspect, who is considered to be armed and dangerous. But John says that despite his proximity to the search location, he is grateful for the law enforcement present.
Well, I really feel safe here because the command center is just 2 blocks up. So I know the person isn't going to be right here in my area.
The public is asked to call 911 immediately if they encounter Michael Brown. A hotline has been set up for tips at 1-877-WANTED-2. In Anaconda, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Megan, thank you. Well, a gun deal gone wrong and turning deadly, and now a Billings teen will spend most of his life behind bars. Corey Daniel Wolfname, just 15 at the time, is sentenced to 60 years for a Southside shooting that killed another teen. Wolfname was part of a group who met in a Billings alley in November of 2023 to exchange $500 for a stolen handgun. That's when gunfire broke out and 17-year-old Vidal Yellowrobe was shot and killed. Another teen, Ruben Sosi, is serving 65 years. A third suspect still faces charges. The more than week-long search for a man's body in the Bighorn River is now over. The Bighorn Sheriff's Office tells MTN News that crews have now recovered the body of 82-year-old Alan Shaw. Shaw was traveling down the river with another man near Mallard's Fishing Access, south of Hardin, when their boat capsized. The other man was able to make it to shore and survived, but Shaw never reappeared, and officials shifted to a recovery operation earlier last week. In Bighorn County, Wyoming, a massive search and rescue operation is underway for a missing hiker. Grant Gardner of Minnesota had planned a 3-day hike through the Misty Moon Lake area, eventually summiting Cloud Peak. Well, Gardner contacted his wife last Tuesday, saying he had reached the summit around 9 o'clock at night, but has not been heard from since. Gardner's vehicle has been located in the West 10 Sleep Trailhead area where he began his journey, but there was no sign of of him. Crews have been searching from the ground and the air since last Friday, but say poor conditions due to weather, terrain, and altitude have made it very difficult. Anyone with information or who may have had contact with him is asked to call the Bighorn County Sheriff's Office. This morning, wildfires continue to spread across several states in the western part of the U.S. Hundreds of structures are at risk of burning and thousands of acres are scorched. Jared Hill has more.
Flames rage in Central California's Sierra Madre Mountains. The Gifford Fire has now taken over more than 70,000 acres after it was first reported Friday.
This is a very rapidly, fast-moving fire through steep terrain with lots of dry vegetation.
In San Luis Obispo County, rancher Dan Cobb is helping his cousin evacuate his cattle.
We're going to ship them off to the valley and start up next year.
He says this is the second large fire in the last month. This time, the flames, he says, moved quickly, creating a firestorm that killed an unknown number of livestock.
It's a loss. We'll start over.
This year, we had less than 50% of our annual rainfall.
Officials point to a dry year as one possible reason for the conditions that have them working without much rest. In the San Bernardino National Forest near Big Bear, fire crews are battling a mountain fire that erupted on Monday morning. And firefighters in Arizona are still trying to contain the Dragon Bravo fire near the north rim of the Grand Canyon. The blaze singeing more than 120,000 acres since it started a month ago.
It takes a lot of personnel to take on something of this size. So that's why we're sending strike teams down there right now. It's to assist and to make sure that we have enough personnel to be able to handle the incident.
Crews are anticipating even more fire activity throughout the week, in particular in areas with older vegetation. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The cause of the fires are still unknown, and parts of Canada are also currently experiencing massive wildfires. Anyone who has ever lost a pet knows how painful it can be. A man who says his sister's dog was killed after someone kicked in his fence overnight, and he believes the tragedy could have been prevented. Our Vanessa Willardson has the story.
I don't know why, in particular, they're actually going through and breaking stuff apart.
Billings resident Stephen Frankfurt believes what happened to his fence July 30th is directly tied to a social media trend.
I have looked it up online, and it looks like it's a trend with high school kids.
That viral trend is called the Kool-Aid Man Challenge, which mimics old Kool-Aid commercials of bursting through walls.
Kool-Aid! Oh yeah, Kool-Aid's here, bringing you fun.
Fast forward to today, and it targets vinyl fences surrounding so many homes and businesses right now. And it's trending in Billings. Frankfurt was out of town when the fence was busted. His sister was staying at the house with her dog Snoopy, watching his dogs too. When his sister let the dogs out into the backyard the next morning, Snoopy ran out of the hole and was hit and killed by a car.
It just makes a guy mad. I'm like, why is someone going around destroying everybody's property? And then you're killing their pets.
Frankfurt's dog, Bella, was also in the backyard and ran out. Fortunately, she survived, but still sustained a mysterious leg injury.
This one got injured. The other dogs, once that dog got killed, I'm trying to guess because he didn't get to watch the whole thing, but they immediately ran back into the yard.
Danny Wyrus, owner of Absolute Fence in Billings, says it's even more common to see kids kick the vinyl, creating big holes and expensive repairs.
The big thing that we see is especially school areas where kids are walking home. You'll see them punch fences or kick fences or do whatever trying to break them out. It's a bummer, especially when you're seeing, kids causing damage.
According to Frankfurt, this is not the first time his fence has been vandalized, and his neighbors' fences have also been damaged.
The neighbors aren't happy with it. I mean, not a single one of them. They're all aware of it on the block.
Fence repairs are not cheap. This time, Frankfurt says the repairs set him back $250, but Wyrus says the prices are usually much higher, especially if the fencing company has to order the materials.
We love to help customers when we can, but there's a lot of running around to do when it's not our product to try to figure it out. So we have minimums. We charge $650 minimum to go do small repairs like that.
For Frankfurt, he hopes the death of a dog will be a wake-up call to those causing the damage.
If this is really a trend, I can inform them of the fact that you're killing people's pets. Like, I'm not even so much mad about the fence so much as I am that you killed their pet. by doing this.
In Billings, Vanessa Willardson, MTN News.